Did you know that the actual secret to get rich is much more simple than you think? And no, it's not another business model. It's not no nonsense like you see online 24/7. It's the actual secret to getting rich. I'm talking about this from personal experience. I'm going to walk you guys through everything. This right here is literally me 2 years ago with a vision board and a dream. And this is kind of me now, just like traveling around the world and making a bunch of money in the process. As you guys can see here, we literally made $21,000 in a week, just to kind of show you guys some quick examples or whatnot. But here's the thing. The secret to actually getting rich is very, very simple, and I'll walk you through everything in this video. The reason why I'm making it is because I'm so fucking tired of seeing all this nonsense BS about everybody posting shit on IG. You see Sam Millsap getting exposed and whatnot, and I'll literally expose guys that I'm working with and that I have worked with in this video and what they actually do to make their money. Because you see, they promote one thing and then they teach you this thing and then they teach you that business model, but they're not even doing what they're teaching. It fucking baffles me. So in this video, I want to share with you guys everything you need to know on how to actually get rich. So know, first of all, before you click off the video because you think you need a bunch of views and a bunch of followers and whatnot, you don't need a bunch of views. You don't need a bunch of followers. Like I said, it's much more simple than you think, but I need to walk you guys through the whole thing so this actually makes sense, okay? So it's much more simple. There's three main things you need to align this to. I'm going to talk a little bit general first, okay? So just give me some time because it is very, very important to cover all these things for you guys to understand everything. Otherwise, you're not gonna get rich, okay? So I need to talk about this. Like, you have to understand this. You're not going to get rich unless you understand this from the get-go. That is probably the reason why you've tried all this shit, but you're still broke. It takes you fucking years and years. It shouldn't. All you need is the right information, apply it correctly, and you will get rich. It is simple, but it's not easy, okay? So please just bear with me because I need to walk you guys through this. I've dealt it up or split it up into three different components to begin with. We're going to talk general, and then we're going to go into more specific things. But main thing, first of all, mindset, okay? I'm going to talk about a value first mindset, a problem solving mindset, and also an action taker mindset. You need to understand all of these three mindsets if you want to become rich, okay? I know this is like some woohoo law of attraction type of stuff, whatever, but you need a proper mindset if you want to succeed in business, first of all. How do you expect to make money if your mindset's not even right? And we're talking about actually getting rich, like low-key rich, 20 to 30K a month. That way you can live comfortably. You don't have to worry about bills, expenses, or anything. Like, you're living completely cool and comfortable, okay? So value first mindset. You need to understand that if you want to make money, you're providing some sort of value, okay? Nobody's paying you just to fucking pay you, okay? You're not an OnlyFans girl or whatever. You need to understand that people are paying you because of the value you provide. And how do you provide value? You provide value in different ways, by solving problems, by having an expertise in something most people don't, and by literally just like solving problems people usually can't or don't want to solve themselves, okay? Understand this and you will make money. Next thing is problem solving mindset. It's pretty much not the same, but it ties into the value first mindset. If you're solving problems, people are willing to pay you money to solve their problems. The bigger the problems you solve, the more money you make. I always preach about this. You're paid in proportion to the problems that you solve, right? So understand this and you can apply it to solve bigger problems, which will make you more money, okay? Then you also need an action taker mindset. And this is probably, to be fair with you guys, the most important thing, because I see this all the fucking time. People just saying they are thinking about starting a business. They're thinking about this, but nobody's actually taking action. You shouldn't have to think about this shit for 2 years to start a fucking business or to even start something. You need to understand that action is what moves the needle, okay? If you don't take action, nothing's going to change. Please understand this. And this is coming from a guy, like I said, 2 years ago, I was fucking with the vision board right here trying to do e-commerce. Fucking have Luke Belmar, Capital Club and shit up here. Like I was trying to do e-commerce and still made some money doing e-commerce. But it was at this point right here was when I realized that I needed to take action, because before that, I was just thinking about this shit. I was just getting my feet wet. I was just like making the store, but never running the ads, right? So it's like, guys, you need to understand that if you want to see any sort of movement in your life, it all comes with action. It doesn't come by watching reels, by thinking about shit. It comes by actually doing. I'd rather you just take action and fail fucking 10 times and move on to the next thing quickly than just think about it for 2 years and not even try. Okay, so understand these three, and your mind is perfectly in line to actually do business and make money. Next thing is, you obviously need a business model. If you don't have the correct business model, you're not going to make money. And this is one of the things that I'm really going to talk about specifically in this video, because the vehicle you choose is very important. Now, like I said, I've tried everything. I showed you guys the vision board and whatnot. I tried e-commerce. I even made some money in e-commerce. It's not what I'm going to talk about in this video, but I made some money with e-commerce. I've done closing. I've done setting. I've fucking done music. I've done so much shit. And it's all like made me money because it all works, but it's not what's going to actually make you money. Okay? Because we're talking about what's actually going to get you rich. Okay? Realize this. Like, keep this in mind along this video. You have to watch the whole video. If not, you just don't like money. You don't want to get rich. And if that's the case, then fucking just click off. I'm not even mad. But what pisses me off is people that just think about shit and try all these business models, but you don't know what actually works, because drop shipping works, TikTok shop works, Amazon FBA trade, all this shit works, but it's not what's actually getting you rich. And I'll give you a perfect example of why this is the case later in this video. So please just like stick around so you can see it, but realize that you need the proper vehicle if you actually want to get rich. The proper vehicle is a proven offer structure. Okay, this means that you have a business model that is not only proven, but also has proper structure from getting you to where you're at right now to where you want to go. Which means e-commerce or branded drop shipping or whatever usually doesn't have a proven offer structure for somebody that has no money to start with. Because to make money in e-commerce, you need to be running ads. And if you have no budget to be running ads, you're never going to end up making money. So if you're starting with zero, you don't have a proven offer structure doing e-commerce. Just because some kid made money through e-commerce with the first product he tested is not a proven offer structure, okay? Realize this. That is why I want you to understand that the vehicle you choose is the most important thing, alongside with the mindset and the things we're going to talk about later. You need to have a proven offer structure and do the right thing if you actually want to get rich, okay? Also, you need alignment. When I talk about alignment, I'm not just talking about alignment for yourself, but also alignment in the market, okay? This means that if what you're offering or what your business model, whatever you want it to be, if this is not something that is alignment with what the market wants, then you're not gonna get rich off of it. Okay, very, very important to understand. And this is why most of these course sellers and whatnot are selling courses on other things they're not even doing, because that's what the market wants. Okay, Hopefully this makes sense and not pissing you guys off, but I'm kind of pissed off myself. But anyways, proven offer structure, proper alignment also within yourself. Because if you don't have alignment within yourself on what you're doing, then obviously long term it's not going to work. So you need to actually care about it, and you also need to like what you're doing. Lastly, you need an offer that is irresistible, right? Because it has to be a proper business model that works, that is aligned with the market and yourself, and also something that is pretty much irresistible for the person to buy. Not everybody, but most people you should be able to create an irresistible offer within what you're doing while still making profit. Okay, makes sense? I want it to be clear. I'm pausing so you guys can actually understand what I've just said. You need an offer, you need a business model where you can create an irresistible offer while still making profit. Keep that in mind. Next thing is relationships. This is super, super key. No way you're making money if the relationships aren't on point. I'm not just talking about networking and doing cool shit with your friends and your other business partners. I'm talking about relationship with your audience, with your customers, with the people that watch you, your fans, your cult, whatever you want it to be. Relationships needs to be on point. The way you do this is by having authentic communication. Nowadays, in 2025, the most important thing is trust. People don't do business with people they don't trust. Customers don't buy from people they don't trust. Trust is the number one factor that drives sales, because people are willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on people that they trust. Because if they trust you, they essentially say, here, take my money, take my 5,000, because I trust that I'm going to give you this and I'm going to gain more in return. Again, nobody's just paying you to pay you. They're paying you because they want something greater in return, but they're never going to pay that unless they actually trust you, right? Very, very important. You do this by just communicating super authentically. If you're lying, if you're talking out of your ass, if all this is BS, nobody's going to trust you. You're never going to get actually rich, okay? Be authentic with everybody that you talk to, your business partners, your fans, your subscribers, everybody. The more authentic you are, the more people trust you. The reason why is because they can relate to you. They see themselves in you. When they see themselves in you, they think, holy shit, this guy's just like me. You guys are probably sitting there like, dude, this guy looks like me. He talks like me. He stumbles over his words. He has to pause, whatever. He's just like me, but he's actually doing what I could never do or what I aspire to do. Right? Shit like that. Like, dude, I'm just a guy. I'm just being myself. I'm just trying to be as authentic and genuine as I can be. When I get pissed off, I get pissed off. When I'm cool, I'm calm, right? It's just like, you guys need to understand that this is the key. Everybody's out here trying to flex and be somebody they're not. Dude, I'm still in a chill ass apartment. I don't try to have no fucking crazy ass. I'm chilling, bro. I'm just a chill guy. I've always been a chill guy. That's why I'm here being chill with you. It's just like, you want this across your whole life. Stop trying to be somebody you're not. Actually be yourself, have people relate to you, and that's the best way. You're authentically yourself and people can feel it, people can see it, right? Anyway, be authentic, people will trust you, you will make more money. Obviously, with this as well, you need to stay consistent. Your engagement has to be consistent. You need to be on point. You can't just be one day here, the next day you're not, because again, people lose trust in that. The one day they actually need you, you're not there, which means I'm not going to buy from this guy because he's not there when I need him the most. Stay consistent and also focus on personalized attention. I would say this is one of the more driving factors moving forward, especially nowadays when you have AI and everything and everybody's just copying everybody and everybody has the same prompt. Everybody's just like getting the same scripts from ChatGPT. Personalizing your attention and focus on customers yourself and being there for them, being there one-on-one, actually taking time out of your day to help them out, to be there for them, to get them from point A to point B. This is what's going to drive somebody to actually trust you and buy from you. So when you have all of these on point, you essentially can dive into a proper business, which is a high ticket info business. If you guys have no idea what a high ticket info business is, essentially it is just selling high ticket information online. Everybody can do this. You don't need any capital. You don't need anything. And this is what everybody is doing. This is literally the proven offer structure that anybody can do. No, you don't need a big following. No, you don't need a bunch of views. And I'm going to explain why later on. But this is just to show you guys. Not here to expose anybody, but do you guys wonder, like, did you know how Brez Scales actually got his Lambo? Do you guys know how Eubanks actually got to buy his dad a car? Do you guys know how TGR actually got to buy his Koenigsegg? It is not through trading. It is not through freelance brand scaling. It is through high ticket info. This is like the clearest thing. Like, this is so clear as day. Just take this as an example. TGR is still trading and whatnot, is making money. I'm not saying these things don't work, because they do. But dude, they all teach something that they've pivoted away from. Just look at Brez Scales, bro. The dude is teaching freelance brand scaling, but he's not even doing freelance brand scaling anymore himself. What he's doing, he's running a high ticket info business. He's teaching you how to do freelance brand scaling, but he's not freelance brand scaling himself. Why? Well, because freelance brand scaling will make you some money, but it will never get you actually rich so you can buy a fucking Lamborghini. Does that make sense? TGR didn't buy a Koenigsegg because he trades every day. He bought it because he's selling a course on how you can actually get good at trading. Does he make money off of trading? Of course. He posts it every week. He's up 50K this week. But these are guys that I worked for, and I don't want to trash anybody or like fucking leak any numbers or anything, but these guys are making 7 figures a month doing this, and I've seen all of them fucking go from doing freelance brand scaling and going from only trading to implementing all of these things that I've just talked about and making millions a month, because they pivot away from what they're actually teaching. So my question to you is, why the fuck do you want to learn how to do freelance brand scaling when they're going away from what they're teaching? Why wouldn't you just learn how to do high ticket info instead? Why would you waste your time and money buying a course on how to do freelance brand scaling just to make enough money to make your money back? And then you realize, I can't be doing this forever because I want to get a Lambo like Brez, which means I need to start doing high ticket info. Coming from me, dude. I've been a closer for so many of these guys, seeing their whole back end, knowing I've ran offers myself. I've done all this shit. And this is the realization that I had. Working as a closer, making $10,000, $20,000 a month, being like, I've just made somebody $200K and I got $20K out of that. That's crazy shit. You've just made somebody $200,000 and you're left with $20,000 out of those 200. So you're sitting there and being like, why the fuck am I closing for this guy making $20K a month when if I just did what I did for him, if I just get a small piece of that pie and make $20K to $50K closing for myself, that's my money, right? Not their money, your money. So hopefully this makes sense, because they're all pivoting away from what they're doing, and what they're going into is high ticket info instead, which is teaching you how to do something. right? It will make you money, but will not actually make you rich with what they're doing. So what you need to do is start learning about high ticket info from the get-go. Instead of going through all these stupid ass business models, just do what they all pivot doing anyway. So let's talk about it. How can you actually get into high ticket info and do the proper shit, which will actually get you rich? Let's talk about it. I've made this whole thing as well. So first things first, you need a skill set that you can teach. The coolest part about high ticket info, by the way, is you don't need any capital. You don't need the followers. You don't need any of that. I'll explain all of it, but it just like makes your life 10 times easier. First of all, you need something that you can teach. Okay. Everybody has a skill set that they're good at. Everybody has something. If you don't, you need to fucking learn something. It doesn't matter what it is. Anybody can teach anybody. Like if there's this guy on IG as well, he made a like great example how you can just like use AI. I've done this myself to like find this shit. Just find something that you're good at. Have ChatGPT interview you. Like be creative around this shit. If you want help from me, just message me. I'll help anybody out for free. I don't give a shit. It's like you need to understand that it is so easy to just get semi good at something, teach that to somebody else, and make money off of it. It's what everybody's pivoting to, or these big guys are pivoting to, while everybody else is just trying to learn what they're actually teaching. It's crazy to me, mind blowing. But I digress. Results based. You need to be results based, which means you need a skill that you can teach somebody which will be results based, meaning that you can't teach somebody something that's just like, I don't know, like just fucking something that takes time, like something that's an admin task, if that makes sense. You want it to be results based. As an example, I've been a closer. I see a bunch of guys teaching people how to do closing. Great example, right? But you have a skill set, you can close deals online. I'm going to teach people how to do it. We're basically just glorified course sellers. I'm admitting it. That's what we are. But that's what you want to be too if you want to make actual rich money, okay? So make sure it's results based, because you need basically to have a transformation. You need to be able to get them from point A to point B, and you're only going to get paid by the result you provide. So if you don't provide a result, you shouldn't get paid. Obviously, with high ticket info, you get paid up front. So results don't really matter, but they do. Just like you've seen Sam Millsap maybe getting fucking exposed because he made $300K a month and didn't even deliver on what he promised. Now he's broke as fuck. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you fulfill the proper service, but it has to be results based, because that's what makes people buy. You do this by finding a pain point and then solving a problem within that pain point, right? This can be anything. Quick examples: fitness coaches, been out there for centuries. People that want to lose belly fat. That's a pain point. Solve that problem. Solve a problem within that. Here's the actual way to lose that stubborn belly fat that you're missing out on. It's not through the calorie deficit or this, that, and the third. It's through whole foods, as an example. That can be a pain point, and then you're solving a problem within that pain point. Trying to be as specific as you can. This is how you do it. I'm giving you guys the sauce right here. Like, this is actually crazy sauce. Next thing is you obviously need an audience to solve this problem for, right? What you need to gain this audience is, first of all, you need aura. Now that's a funny word, right? A lot of people laugh about aura, but it is a real thing. I'll tell you guys that for sure. Aura is a real thing. The reason why there's plenty of different words. Like, that's the modern word, but it's basically just called charisma or just something else. Like, you need just to be a likable dude. And the way you have some aura is honestly just by being a genuine, authentic ass dude with your own personality. Something that's different about you, something that's cool about you that people can fucking resonate to and just like feel like, oh, yo, this guy's kind of cool. That's all you need. With that, you need trust. Like I talked about, that's the number one thing that's going to get people to buy. How are you trustworthy? I explained it already. Be authentic. Share, be vulnerable, share that with the rest. They're gonna resonate with you. Have people find you relatable. That builds trust. And then you also need to be findable, because if people can't find you, then how the hell are they ever supposed to even see you and buy from you in the first place? Then we need an offer, because this is what we are creating, what we're selling to our audience. The offer needs to have a high likelihood of achievement. If there's only like a small success rate with what you're offering, then it's not going to have a good track record. Excuse me, my throat is getting kind of sore. Fucking screaming over here and being pissed off. Essentially, you need to have a high likelihood of achievement, because it is results based. So if nobody actually gets the results you're promising, there is no high likelihood of achievement, which means you're just promising shit, but you're not delivering action on it. So make sure they can actually get the result that you're promising. Also, if you can do it in a short amount of time, amazing. It's just going to drive more sales. It's going to make it more trustworthy, and it's just going to be way easier for you and the clients. Like, the shorter you can make the result happen, the quicker, like the happier they're going to get, the more reviews and trust and everything you're going to basically get from your offer. And it also needs to be like, think about it as a transformation. Nobody's actually buying the plane ride to the vacation. They're thinking about they're buying for the result of sitting at the beach and swimming in the clear water and whatnot. They're not like paying for the fucking plane ride, which they hate, right? So the transformation needs to be there. Like, they have to have a specific goal where they want to get to, from where they are to where they want to go. That's what they're paying for. That's what the offer should cover. So once you kind of have these three things, all you need is to get those clients in. So how do we get these clients in? Well, we do it through content and value. Okay. First of all, you need to have value in your content, obviously. But here's the thing. When people see content, like, before you're pissed off now, you're like, fuck, I need to make content, or why the fuck do I need to do? Why can't I just, like, whatever? Stop that shit, first of all. Drop the ego, because you're in 2025. The only thing you have is your fucking personal brands. If you're just consuming content and not creating, you're never going to get rich anyway. Utilize the social media platforms the right way and create content so you can actually make a lot of money. Everybody out there nowadays is utilizing social media in a good way, creating content, which results them in making money. So even if you want to be the behind the scenes guy that nobody sees on the camera, you can't do that if you don't understand content, because content is what's driving revenue nowadays, and it's what's going to drive revenue moving forward. So understand content. You start creating content. That's the first thing, because you can easily make money off of high ticket info within like the first few months. 200 views is more than enough views. If you make a reel on IG, if you pick your phone up, you make a reel on IG, you're guaranteed 200 views as long as you talk about a topic. You're guaranteed 200 views. If I put you in a room with 200 individuals, you'd be fucking shaking, bro. You'd be shaking. Those are 200 individuals listening to you, so you better make it fucking good. Start creating content. 200 to 500 views per reel is more than enough. You start making Instagram reels, and then you have longer form videos on YouTube. This is what's going to drive trust, authority. They're going to see you know what you're talking about, just like you're watching this video. Nurture them or get them engaged with the IG reels, and then nurture them on YouTube. Simple. It's not hard. Second thing is value. Obviously, provide value in the content you're making. You don't have to bomb them with value. You can fucking make some cool videos just being yourself, no value needed, because people are going to like you, but also give them some value. It's simple. Like, if you have a skill set you can teach somebody, just teach them something. It's as easy as that. Once you have this content and value in place, you're just going to follow them to a sales call. Just have a link down below, book a fucking Calendly, Just book a call on my calendar. You jump on a call, you have a genuine conversation, ask them where they are, where they want to be. Can you actually help? If you can, offer them your service, and they're closed. They're fucking closed. Bro, come on. It's not fucking hard, and it shouldn't be. It's way easier learning high ticket info than it is to fucking learn any sort of trading, any sort of social media marketing, or any fucking freelance brand scaling. Like, bro, it is way easier doing high ticket info than any of the business models these guys are teaching. And it's going to make you way more money. It fucking baffles me. Hope you guys actually understood this. If you guys need personal help, just follow my IG. I'll link it down below. Follow me, send me a DM. I'll help you guys out. If you want to jump on a genuine conversation where I'm not going to try to close you, we can do that as well. I'm genuinely just here to help. I've had way too much information for way too long. It's a disservice of me not to share it. So hopefully you guys got something out of this. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Follow the IG. Take care.